Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm going to call this meeting to order. This is the deed restriction committee meeting for the WTCMUD1. Do we have anybody who has signed up to speak? Okay. I guess I will close agenda item 1, public comments, and move on to agenda item 2, management report from Sage Services.
Okay. The items that we had that were outstanding, we had some unregistered cars, inoperable cars, and several of those have been fixed. The other ones have been moved over. The committee has moved them over to legal. But it was good to see that a lot of them had been removed. 1, 2, 3 of them. And one of them, the owner called and asked us for the list of the donations.
Okay.
And so we gave them that paperwork, and it was gone already. We did have another, overall, all the numbers are gone. The open storage is really the same ones that we've had. We've had some trailers reported, and one of them was a property that was sold in September, but it wasn't listed on the CAD or in the water account, so we just started the protocol over. And then we had another move-in that was reported because they hadn't cut their yard, and we met with that resident, and the movers broke his lawnmower. And that was right before Thanksgiving, and it's been taken care of.
Okay.
So pretty much everyone that we've spoken to has fixed whatever they needed to be fixed by December. And the same thing with the boats and the recreation vehicles that are on a 48-hour watch that we were
Okay.
instructed to follow up on. Most of those have been cleared up in December.
Okay.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay, I'll move on to agenda item 3.
Oh, wait, before you go, I'd like to make 2 motions, please, separate motions. I motion that the $150 fine against Bright and Brent Bend property with the visible trash cans be removed in accordance with the district rules for deed enforcement. That was a violation that hadn't been seen in 7 months. So they start back to a second notice after a clear 6 months of no violation.
They actually had a fine waived within the 6-month period, putting them back at the second level. It's up to you all,
It's
though.
not on the utility record. I pulled the history ledger for it, and it shows one fine that was legitimate, $400, but it wasn't waived. And then this is a second fine in 7 months. After the first citing was 7 months, or the first fine. This is the next citing 7 months later.
They haven't appealed. I haven't gotten anything from them.
They're not appealing. I found it to be a mistake in fining them $150 when they have had a clear history for 7 months. And the district rules say if it's been clear for 6 months and they violate again, you start at the second citing stage, which would be the 10 days to correct the 46 months.
We can take it to the committee and review it and bring it back up to January. Is what you wanted to do anyway with any of those that came up.
It was not documented, right? Is that what you're saying?
There's been nothing since the first fine of $100, and then 7 months later, this one here is a 7 month later, they saw it again, trash can visible, and this time they were fined $150, which would be correct if it was a fine within that 6 month window, but it isn't, it's 7 months later.
Is that something?
I'm not going to second it. I'm going to ask that it just be sent back to the committee for review. Okay, if you have another.
I do.
Okay.
That the now $350 in deed violation fines levied against the Mulberry Way jet ski trailer be credited back, since the jet ski trailer is not in violation of the Anderson Mill West Section 1 deed restrictions. trailers are allowed on the lot or near the lot. There's no jet skis on the trailer, it's just the trailer. And it's
This-
been that way for the last 3 sightings, just the trailer.
This was brought up initially in closed session with legal, and we were given permission to go ahead and start fining for that
Okay.
trailer. We can add it to, kick it back to
Yeah.
the committee.
Let's kick it back to the committee and then we'll have another discussion with them
I'd
about it.
like Bill to tell me why a trailer that is not a recreational vehicle is being cited as a violation in section 1.
I don't know the answer. I don't recall the legal discussion that she just referenced. I don't know, which, section 1?
Section 1,
Okay.
and the only thing restricted there are recreational vehicles and boats. And a recreational vehicle is an RV, the kind that has accommodations for sleeping typically.
Is there a clause in there that says, or other vehicles that?
No, not in section 1. Section 1 is wide open, and that's why trailers are allowed in section 1.
Again, I don't recall
At the time,
That's
it
closed
had the
session
jet
discussion.
skis on the trailer. It recently had the jet skis removed off the trailer.
okay, which is a different question.
But when we had the conversation and we brought it to you, they have a cement pad. The reason we brought it to you was because they built a cement pad specifically for the recreational vehicle, which was a jet ski, and it's considered a water recreational vehicle. And that's why we brought it to you when we had that discussion.
Yeah, so it's a different issue entirely if the jet skis are actually on the trailer. If it's an empty trailer, then it's evaluated as a trailer only. So if the point you're making, Linda, is it's an empty trailer versus with the jet skis, that is a different issue than when the
Okay.
jet skis are there.
So the first fine that they had, it did have the jet skis. It does not have the jet skis on it now, but it does have storage, a storage box, toolbox to hold, water equipment. So
But they're not there right now. So
No.
until they
they weren't
come
there right
back-
now.
And
Until they
it
come
wasn't
back
there
with-
last month either, that's why the fines are $350. Last month it was $150, the second violation of just a trailer. And then this month it was $200 added to their water bill for just a trailer. Because the jet skis are not on the trailer. They were the first time. They were in the photo of the first violation.
Let me correct that. We noted it, we did not send, and we made a letter, but we have not posted any fines because we had a feeling that this was gonna come up again because the jet skis were not on it, and it's at committee level right now. So the fines haven't been posted.
So the resident got a letter that said fines would be added to your water bill, but the fines have not been added.
They get a fine letter because we're instructed to send a fine letter if we
For
see.
trailers.
For trailers.
Trailers are not
And at this
recreational
time-
vehicles.
Well, we can kick it back to committee and the committee can discuss it with legal, how they wanna handle it now.
Yeah.
So if the fines have not been added to the utility record, and I can attest, because I looked at it, it was not there as of the October billing cycle, then there is nothing to credit back yet. Because if you lodge those fines and you didn't give it to Infomark to add to the record, then it does not exist on the record yet. But there are 2 letters that threaten fines to the tune of $350 total. But again, there would be nothing to credit back so long as Infomark has not added them to the bill. And I will double check tomorrow on their record, now that we have a November cycle to look at as well.
Okay,
And they have not reached out to us at all
okay,
either on any of those.
okay.
Also on, those are the only 2 motions I wanted to make, but I did want to discuss the sweet gum trace. The violation is not in one of your standard categories. You're reporting trash bags, yard clippings, and gardening equipment, but the photo is of a trailer. Again, the trailer is not a recreational vehicle and not a violation in section 1, and that is in section 1.
There is a report, several reports, and it's at the committee, and we're discussing it because there are other issues that coincide with that violation. And again, they have just gotten a friendly for the open storage.
Yes, there's no fines attached.
No.
It doesn't say, oh, is that what the trash bags, yard clippings, and gardening equipment mean, is open storage?
Yes.
Because the photo is of a trailer.
What's in the trailer?
What's in the trailer? It's gardening equipment. It has to do, and we can't really go into it because the person that has filed the complaints and the person that has the property, we need to protect their privacy. So,
Okay, so we don't really have anything to do about what's going on Sweet Gum. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
But we do need to discuss it more in at the committee level.
yes.
Well, I need to understand why this family is getting letters for violations that are not recorded in the photo. I mean, I would imagine that it needs to reflect what's in the photo. That's how I look at them. And if you're saying that, I mean, it, in the photo was not trash bags, yard clippings, the mower on the trailer is your issue?
If you look at it, if you look at the deed, it says gardening equipment and open storage of equipment, and that is what is, it's equipment, it's a lawnmower.
That's what it's based on?
Yeah, it's a lawnmower, plus the trash bag, plus all the other lawn tools.
Okay, so it's
Plus,
just, it's.
plus the outside complaints that have come in from,
Right.
So,
what's going
so
on?
is that how this works, is we're addressing items when people log a complaint?
Not only.
not
Not
only,
only, okay.
but like when you used to send in complaints when you were a resident before you're on the board, we would put it to the protocol and we would follow up on it. Once we followed up on it and confirmed it, then we report back on it. And that's what we're doing. We're letting the DRC, the committee, know that this has come in and we've confirmed the complaint. Then the committee can review it and make a decision how they want to move forward.
Okay, so let me understand this. So the one that Linda's referring to, is that a complaint or is that just an inspection?
Both.
Okay, so somebody
We've got,
actually complained
we've
about it?
actually gotten complaints and we've actually seen and reported on the equipment and the open storage.
Okay, so it's two things, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and that's what this letter is based on?
Mhm.
Okay. Has the owner of the letter reached out to you? and
No, they
protested?
have not.
Okay. And how did you catch wind of this?
Well, I look at the stuff that goes in the Dropbox, and I see the letters, and I look at the pictures, and I say, that works or that doesn't work.
Right. Okay. Anything else?
How do you catch them?
I haven't,
You don't look,
I haven't drove by.
no, I mean, you don't look at the contents of the
I haven't looked at
Dropbox?
the Dropbox,
Oh,
but I did look at your
Spreadsheet?
emails, yeah. Well, I mean, so
Well,
there
if-
hasn't been any protest from the person that actually got the letter?
It's
Not yet.
only in the friendly stage at this
Yeah.
point, too. He's not been fined.
Well,
Okay,
hopefully the friendly letter will do its job.
What is the goal?
Or they won't get it because you guys will determine, the deed restriction will determine it's not a violation.
Well, hopefully the friendly letter will solve the problem. 'Cause
And
that's-
actually, the earlier December tour showed that it had already been addressed, so we're hoping that they understood and got the message.
Okay, that's great. Okay, agenda item 3, minutes from prior DRC meeting, minutes.
Okay, so we issued some minutes for the November DRC meeting, but we did receive some comments from Linda, correction from Linda. And Catherine, you had some comments that was
Yeah.
too detailed, it was
Yeah.
like a transcript.
Yeah,
Just to repeat, because we've talked about minutes before, the minutes are the board's minutes. So the board can determine what level of detail within a certain range. You have to have the motion, you have to say who attended the meeting,
right,
have to have the motion, who seconded the motion, and the vote on the motion. Everything else beyond that is optional with the board.
okay,
So the minutes that we produced, they are fairly detailed. They're in accordance with minutes we've been doing recently. And Catherine, you did express some concern about it. So
previously, yes, I understand.
we need a little bit of feedback.
Yeah,
And probably, I don't know if everybody hadn't reviewed them anyway, because it was very recent. we can bring them back Wednesday with revisions, so long as we get some feedback tonight.
Okay. Well, I say we go ahead and do that. Is anybody else going to argue with that?
Well, precisely, other than just saying they're too detailed,
Yeah.
there's some specifics that we have, like when a person makes public comment,
Mm-hmm.
we are putting a fair amount of detail in the public
Yes.
comments.
Yeah.
In the past, we might just say, this person made a public comment.
Right.
When we discuss a motion, when the directors have comments, we're putting in most all of the director comments that are pertinent to the motion.
Mm-hmm.
In the distant past, the rule was, if you wanted your comments in the minutes, you as a director would have to indicate that at the meeting. Say, I
Okay.
want to make some comments, please put these in the minutes, otherwise we would leave them out.
Okay.
So those are the kinds of things that I'm looking for, if anyone has any
Feedback.
suggestions, feedback,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay, agenda item 4, deed restriction enforcement actions pending with district attorney.
Yeah, I really don't have any updates.
Okay,
And I don't see a reason to go in executive session tonight unless somebody
Okay.
else does.
okay. Okay, agenda item 5, future board meetings. So we can't make any changes to the meeting that's on Wednesday.
Correct.
So we're gonna be talking, at this point, we're just talking about the meeting in January.
Yeah, the only meeting scheduled right now is Wednesday, our regular board meeting.
Uh-huh,
And we haven't talked about any special meetings in between, so it would be January DRC. I'm not sure what date it is, but Third week.
13th, I believe.
I don't have my
No,
calendar.
14th. Valentine's Day.
I would like to read my list of agenda items that I submit every month and they don't find their way on the agenda.
Is this for the next board meeting, January? Okay.
It can be for any meeting, so long as they get on an agenda. Ready?
Go ahead.
Sage Management Performance Review and Billing Practices. Renegotiating Sage contract to compensate for the services they actually perform. Deed violation fines applied to water bills. District rule limits and record keeping. Refunding of fines for items not restricted by the deed. Example, jet ski trailer on the lot in Anderson Mill West, Section 1. "48-hour in-view stipulation for RVs and boats in Anderson Mill West, Section 1, and the billing practices that go with it. Tierra Blanco, what hazard was the shed posing to the neighborhood? When and how was the hazard mitigated? Meeting meals, a board vote to continue the practice. Board approval of the case conference reimbursements in accordance with the ethics policy. Website inaccuracies and misleading information resulting in fallacious fines being levied against residents. Examples, yards, shrubs, fences, sheds. Waste Management 2022 recycling calendar. Communication policy violations. And Senate Bill 3571 and House Bill, I got the wrong number. The House Bill, its companion, reference security measures, including perimeter fencing.
Okay. Linda, I'm going to ask that you share your issues with the appropriate subcommittees so that the subcommittees can actually work those issues, because I'm going to repeat myself, I do not want to do subcommittee work in a board meeting. Okay, so does anybody else have anything that you want to put on, wanted to have put on the agenda for next month?
Not yet.
Okay. Well then, all I need is agenda item 6, somebody to adjourn the meeting. Somebody adjourn the meeting. Okay, make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion.
I'll
I
second
make
that.
the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay.
Catherine, I have addressed those with subcommittees, and you guys don't respond, so we need to do it in a public meeting, so the public knows that too.
Okay. Oh, okay, so we need to turn the,
The other ones go, someone pick them up?
Can you put these back here?
Yes, and show you where they go. Ready for a burger?
Not gonna say that out loud. Okay, I'm assuming